What is going on, people? Look, it's been a long time since I've uploaded, so my bad on that. Just stuff happening. I've been getting back into football myself, trying to play. Pulled both my hamstrings after the second training session, so I'm a little bit... I'm trying to get my fitness up with that, but I haven't been able to do any fitness to get back into the swing of it because I can't run because I've pulled both my hamstrings. I haven't played football at, on a Sunday league level and for a lot of years, so I just jumped straight back into it, and the pre-season and that is my body is killed it. So that's been going on in my personal life. The Transfer Tuesdays, I know I've missed a few of them. I'm gonna give you a heads up right now because the season's starting very soon. The Transfer Tuesdays are going to stop as for now, just because I want to focus more on the fixtures and stuff instead of just transfers. But obviously the big news recently with Messi leaving Barcelona, and it looks likely that the only place he's going to go is PSG. So, but that's just an update on the Transfer Tuesdays. This one today is my Premier League predictions for the coming season, my table predictions, and then things like the PFA, the young player, top scorer, clean sheets, and then who I think is going to win the cups and stuff like that, and the relegation zone and top 8. So that is my video today, guys. Hope you enjoy it, and again, my bad for being away so long, but I'm back and I hope to be doing more content this year, as you know, regarding football. So let's get into it. So starting off with the top 3, I'm going to go for Manchester City to win it. I think they're the team to beat. They got the biggest depth in their squad. The interesting thing is that they've lost their last 2 cup finals in a row. Obviously the Champions League to Chelsea. They've lost to Leicester recently, and Chelsea obviously in the Champions League final. So it's interesting because on the mental side of it, Pep doesn't look to have that same spark he did like going a couple seasons back. And even before the Champions League final kicked off against Chelsea, he looked very not himself, and it ultimately turned out that way because they didn't win the Champions League. So, but I do think that they will win the league again. I think they'll be hungrier and more determined to win the league again because they've lost 2 cup finals consecutively. So I think that will play into the hunger and the determination for the league for Man City. So I think that City will win. Second place, I've gone with Chelsea. I think that they're going to challenge a lot this year. Obviously, signed a lot of players last year, and they've just got Lukaku. So I think that's going to boost them tremendously, and add the goals that they've been missing out on. So I think that Chelsea are going to be the team to challenge them. Then I've gone for Manchester United, my team, for 3rd. Might be a little bit wishful thinking, but we got 2nd last year. Varane and Sancho coming in, massive buys for us. Should improve us, but I just think that Chelsea are a bit of ahead of us at the moment in terms of the players they've brought in and gelling. So I think it's going to take us a bit to gel. So I've gone for 1 lower place for us this year in 3rd for Manchester United. Next up, from 4 to 8, I've gone for Liverpool in 4th. Van Dijk back, I think, fully fit. Missed a lot of the season last year for them, and hence why Liverpool had not a good year last year because of the injuries. But they got rid of Wijnaldum, which I think was a mistake. So I do think they'll struggle because they've got rid of him. But do you know what I mean? They still have options, and a team of that calibre should still be able to kick on and recover, at least to a certain level. So I've gone for them to get 4th. I still feel that they need a striker. Just like Chelsea have brought Lukaku in, I still think that they need out-and-out strikers to help them. They can't just rely on Salah and Mane all the time to get goals. Firmino doesn't get enough goals. He's an important player in that system and how they play, but he doesn't get enough goals. So I do think that they need a striker to kick on to that next level. 5th, I've gone for Tottenham. A lot of stuff with Kane, obviously, at the moment, which has not helped their cause. Getting rid of Mourinho at the wrong time, I thought, and then Mason, new to the job. I thought it was harsh on him to expect certain things from him because he was new. And now bringing in the former Wolves man, Nuno. I think it's too big a club for him, and I think that he will fail because of that. I quite like him, but I just think that he will fail because he's not going to be given the money, I don't think, to alter the squad and boost it to the level that they need to compete. So I think that they'll struggle, especially if Kane leaves as well. So for them, 5th though is still a reasonably good a position, but not where they're going to want to be. But I've gone for 5th. And then 6th, I've gone for Villa, Aston Villa. Just got rid of Grealish, obviously that's a massive loss. But I do think that they can still surprise people, and I think that they've got a good team chemistry there. The players know what they're doing, and I think with Dean Smith, he's a very good manager. He knows his squad, and the squad like him. And they've brought in a few players. They brought in that Buendia from Norwich, who I think is going to be a great player. Shown glimpses of it for Norwich when they were in previously in the Premier League. So I think Villa will have a good year despite getting rid of Grealish. So I've gone for Villa for 6th. Leeds at 7. Very impressed by them last year. One of my favourite teams to watch. Obviously a bit hard to predict because they were just so attacking, and then they would concede because they'd always get caught on the counter. Very open. But them, I've gone for 7th. It's whether Bamford can have another good year with the goals, and I think he can. But then you can't just rely on him to get the goals. So, but I think they'll have a good season again under Bielsa. I love how he works and his style of play, and I think that they'll have another good season. So 7th for Leeds, and then 8th I've gone for Leicester. Maybe a bit low for them. I think I wouldn't be surprised if they did get like maybe even 5th or something again. Just won the Community Shield and defying the odds again against Man City. So I wouldn't be surprised if they finish higher than 8th, but I've just gone for 8th. I feel like they need to bring someone in other than Vardy up top. Barnes has just come back and played phenomenally in the final again after being out injured for so long. I'm a big fan of him. Iheanacho is doing kind of good. Scored the penalty obviously the other day, stepping up when needed, but I still feel like they need that extra person up top. Because I don't think Iheanacho is going to do it enough if Vardy gets injured. So. But Leicester, I've gone for 8th. So next up, PFA Player of the Year, I've gone for Bruno Fernandes. There could be a lot of in contention this year. There's a lot of good players in our league now. Sancho coming in, Varane, Lukaku. It could be up in the air with a lot of them up for contention for it. De Bruyne, do you know what I mean? But I'm going for Bruno Fernandes. He had a great year last year. It weakened near the end of the last year, but the first half of the season, I think he was the best player in the league. So I'm going for Bruno for PFA. Young Player of the Year, I'm going to go for Phil Foden. Yes, he's at our rivals with City. I'd like to say Sancho for us, but it remains to be seen. I just think Foden, don't think he had a good Euros, didn't have a lot of minutes, but when he did play, I don't think he was that good. So he's going to be looking to kick on from that, I think, and improve, and I think he will. I love watching him play, and I think he'll have an even more vital part to play for City this year. So Phil Foden for Young Player of the Year. Top scorer, again, could be a few, the likes of Salah, Kane, if he stays in England, Lukaku, but I've gone for Sterling. Standout man in Euros for us, I thought, come up most of the time when we needed him to, and he surprised me. I thought he had a poor season last year for City, and because of that, I think he will kick on this year, and I'm going for him to get top scorer in the league. Clean sheets, Mendy for Chelsea. Been impressed with him since they brought him in, and I think that Chelsea are quite sturdy and strong and hard to break down at times and don't concede too many goals, and I think Mendy has shored that up even more. So Mendy for the clean sheets. FA Cup, I'm going to go for Chelsea. The Cups are... Do you know what I mean? They're a lottery, but I'm going to go for Chelsea. Carabao, I've gone for Liverpool just to change it up a bit. Champions League, I've gone for Chelsea again to reclaim their title again and keep it. And then relegation, I've gone for a little surprise now. I've put Wolves in there. Obviously, they've got the Roma guy coming in, the previous Roma guy, getting rid of Nuno. And yeah, I think Traore might leave at some point as well. I think... the guy up top, can't remember his name right now. Raul Jimenez is scored in pre-season. He had that horrible injury, like career-threatening injury, fracture to his skull, and he could have not played football again. So that's the most important thing, that he's back and he's well enough to play. And I saw that he scored in pre-season the other day. I think he's a vital part of to return for them. But I just think that some of the players that have left and Nuno going, I think that they're going to struggle. So I think Wolves potentially could be an upset and a surprise, but I've gone for them to go down in 18th. 19th, I've gone for Norwich, obviously just come back up. Cantwell, I like the look of when he was up previously, and Pukki, obviously. But they got rid of Buendia and also the guy that went to Everton in defence. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. But I think they'll struggle for goals. So Norwich in 19th, and then Watford I've gone for bottom. Don't really know a lot of their team. Sarr I know of. I think they've got Cleverley, Tom Cleverley. But I just think, look, it could be Brentford as well in the bottom, but I've gone for them to stay up, Brentford. So Wolves, Norwich and Watford are my bottom three. And that's it for my predictions this year, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I like to come back at this at the end of the year and see how right and wrong I was. It'd be good to see. So hope you enjoyed it, and let me know yours in the comments. I'll see you guys soon.